Gift cards for extra savings. Shop extended store hours from 8 a.m. till midnight.
This is where it all starts. This is where it gets good.
Kaufman's Night Sale.
Here's a hometown hello.
Hi, we're students from Shadyside Academy Junior School, and we'd like to wish you a hometown hello.
Outstanding job, Shadyside Academy Junior School, and a hometown hello right back at you. This is the kind of day that you really don't feel like going to school, right? Or going to work for that matter. But it's my pleasure to tell you about an even warmer weekend ahead. Here's our live sky cam. Some clouds have started to filter in, high thin clouds. We had a gorgeous day with wall-to-wall sunshine, and we'll still see the sunshine until sunset at 7:46. And as you can see, you can tell by the river, all's quiet on the front, at least at the point. Let's take a look at AccuWeather's forecast for the early evening. Temperatures will average 60 degrees, though it's a little warmer than that at the moment. But after that sun sets, it will get a little cooler, but very comfortable at 48 for the wake-up tomorrow. Could be a couple of showers around. We're going to get the southern edge of a system that's going to pass by and bring us even the rumble of thunder. But we will warm up. Once that system does pass, temperatures will start to come up. It'll be breezy with temperatures near 70 on the lunch hour, and we'll go into the low 70s by afternoon. Here is that system, and you can see pretty substantial cloud cover. But again, this is all associated with an area of low pressure and a warm front that's going to come from the southwest, and that'll cross over and bring this rain. It's all rain now, at least all the way in this system. Yesterday, they had some snow showers just north of the border, but it will take a little closer look. You can see that shower activity approaching. And there are some thunderstorms out there in Illinois moving into Indiana, but they should fizzle out for the most part overnight as they get ready to cross into our region. Now, if it lifts a little to the north, most of that rain could bypass us even early in the day. We end up with a mix of clouds and sunshine, but still a very warm day. Once we get that system by, this southwest flow of warm air will bring temperatures way up into the weekend, a near record high for Sunday afternoon. So overnight we go to near 50 degrees, and then through the day tomorrow in the next 24 hours we could see temperatures start to come up, and they will push into the 70s and eventually near 80 degrees by Sunday afternoon. The record, by the way, is 82. So to recap tonight's AccuWeather forecast, increasing clouds with a late shower overnight, the low 48. Then tomorrow 72 with a mix of clouds and sunshine. The best chance for a few showers, even a thunder shower, will be early in the day. And here is your weekend. Saturday, 74 with breezy conditions at times and a chance for a shower or thunder shower. And most of that will be out of the region. It should be a dry and very warm Sunday. 78 degrees, 80 in the city. And then the big game on Monday, Pirates' first real game at PNC Park. 70 degrees, a couple of showers around, but shouldn't hinder the game. And 66 on Tuesday. It starts to get a little cooler next week, but nothing very earth-shattering.
Well, with temperatures like that, you certainly don't mind a little bit of rain.
No, you know, this is the time of the year when the weather guy's not such a bad guy.
We'll keep you. Thanks, Larry. Well, a string of shootings and violence in the Strip District has prompted neighbors to do something about it. Today, a group called Neighbors in the Strip got together to decide how they'll work together to keep that area safer, especially on weekends when so many people converge on the Strip's restaurants and bars. Now, business owners are voting to support either a radio network that would allow them to alert each other to potential problems, or an impact squad, which would hire additional police officers to patrol the Strip, or maybe both. Now, the group hopes to have the new plans in place by May. Imagine finding the perfect quiet little street in the perfect quiet little town, then making the move and actually finding out things aren't nearly as perfect as they seemed.
Wayne Van Dyne has this case in point from Washington County.
It seemed like the perfect town, West Alexander, and a good house. But shortly after they moved in, they saw they had a problem. Trucks making the corner at Main and Maple drive on the sidewalk.
They broke our gas main. We had the gas company come out and fix that for us. Yeah. But we still can't replace the sidewalk. There's no sense when it's just going to get broken again.
So it's trucks trying to make the turn, and they come right up on the walk.
It was any vehicle until they put the poles in, and now the cars are a little leery, and the trucks are just doing it now. It's the local delivery trucks and the school buses and even just regular pickup trucks.
PennDOT is involved because they own both roads, but their responsibility is only curb to curb. PennDOT says large trucks are ignoring signs.
They shouldn't be in this road here.
And it is a tough turn for them to make, and I guess that's one of the reasons you restricted them, huh?
Yes,
It is a bad turn. Look at your sign over there.
I live right across the street. They're coming up in our yard, everywhere. They back up, turn around here.
So it's just a bad intersection.
Yeah, it's just bad. They're messing up the yards. We've got kids playing here. You have 18-wheelers coming down. It shouldn't be allowed.
Maple in Maine and West Alexander, clearly a dangerous place. Trucks having trouble making the turn. That's a state road, that's a state road. So it's a PennDOT problem of sorts, and they're studying options, including cutting that corner a little bit, which might mean taking a chunk of her property. That's fine with her. She just doesn't want to put a brand new sidewalk in and then have another big truck tire smash it a week or so later. This is Wayne Van Dyne in Washington County.
And if you have a problem that perhaps Wayne can help you with, you can give him a telephone call at 412-575-2297, and we ask that you remember to leave your daytime telephone number.
Well, anyone who thinks there's no such thing as a free lunch certainly hasn't talked to Brenda Waters today.
Brenda is here now with some more guaranteed good news. Brenda?
That's right, guys, and our good news begins in the Hill District tonight, where a special program was held to feed the hungry. Servathon has become an annual spring event when Marriott Services employees from the U.S. and Canada team up to help feed the hungry in their own communities. The targeted community in this area was the Hill District, where more than 100 people enjoyed a free lunch at the Jubilee Kitchen. The Community College of Allegheny County is encouraging young women to pursue careers in the sciences and technologies. The college is holding its third annual Women in Science, Technology, and Trades Conference today and tomorrow on its Northside campus. It's designed to educate middle and high school girls and current CCAC students on the benefits of becoming scientists, engineers, or mechanics by offering them first-hand experience. And if there's good news going on, let us know about it. Give us a call at 575-2296.
All right, you'll be back at 6?
I will.
All right, with more good news.
Okay, that's right.
All right. Thank you, Brenda. Well, the Masters is now underway in Augusta, Georgia. Some of the pros there are using a new golf ball with what some are calling a clear advantage.
That's right. See if taking a swing at the Pro V1 can improve your handicap. Next.
This week on Hollywood Square, Sesame Street's Elmo and Gina Lee Nolan.
Oh, look at Elmo making out up there. Man.
And Judging Amy's Richard T. Jones plus Brad Garrett.
Oscar Wilde said there's only one thing in the world worse than being talked about, and it is what?
Being talked to by Joan and Melissa Rivers.
That was funny. Check out the next Hollywood Squares.
Weeknights at 7:30.
I love this place. Great food, great people. You don't get more Pittsburgh than Vento's Pizza.
But when Home Depot was moving in, the mayor wanted to tear me down. He wanted to move me to a back street.
I wasn't going to let that happen. I brought everybody together. We worked it out. We built a brand new Vento's right next door to Home Depot. The city needs neighborhood businesses, grocery stores, pharmacies. They're all important.
Bob O'Connor, a mayor who'll fight for our neighborhoods, too, because this is home.
I love this place. Look at this place.
The Market Pro Computer Show and Sale this weekend only.
Saturday and Sunday in Monroeville.
Computers under $300, printers under $50, software under $5. Unbeatable prices on new, used, and closeout computer products with over 40 local, regional, and national dealers. Microsoft, Hewlett, Packard, Intel, Canon, plus books, accessories, and more. The best selection, up to 80% off at the biggest computer sale ever. The Market Pro Computer Show and Sale.
This Saturday and Sunday at Pittsburgh Expo Mart in Monroeville.
The raindrops keep falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red.
The Sonata from Hyundai, with the freedom of America's best warranty plan. 10 years, without a care in the world.
Nothing's worrying.
Get 0.9% APR financing on the Sonata now.
What's on tonight is brought to you by the Home Depot, continually driving down the cost of home improvement so that you can afford to do more. The Home Depot, first in home improvement.
Well, after yesterday's win, it was a tough break for the Pirates.
Yeah, they
today.
played an afternoon game, wrapped up the series with Cincinnati. Here to tell you more about it is Bob Pompiani.
Meatloaf said 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the Pirates in mind
No,
in this series.
not.
No, not at all. The Pirates could not parlay the emotion of their come-from-behind win last night into another win today. The Reds jumped on them early, and they won the series by taking 2 out of 3 from the Pirates at Synergy Field. Let's take you there today. Lloyd McClendon got win number 1 of his career last night, but he could not get number 2 today. Jimmy Anderson did not get much run support behind him. He also couldn't get Dimitri Young out today. This is an RBI double to the gap in right center. Young had 3 RBIs on the day. The only Pirate run came by virtue of this solo home run. Brian Giles, a line shot to right field. That was it. 4-1 the final score. The Pirates 1-2 now as they head to Houston. And remember, the NHL playoffs begin next week. The Penguins will open up on the road, and we will be there in force. Both John and Paul Steigerwald will be reporting live on the road for the entire playoff run. So, for the most comprehensive playoff coverage on local TV, keep it right here to KDKA. Much more coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, and we'll get you caught up on the day.
Still not quite sure which team they're going to play. I mean,
It looks like Washington, which is a rite of spring, of course, but they could change over the weekend. But I would bank right now on Washington. I think it's going to be the Caps and the Pens.
All right.
Thanks, Bob. Well, it's a big day for golf as the Masters tees off, but there's something else that's really causing a buzz among golfers, amateur and professional.
This season, people are talking about the Titleist Pro V1. It is a golf ball that some claim can add 20 yards to the drive. Some players are using the new ball. Pros won the first 9 out of the first 11 PGA tournament events this year.
It's been a tremendous factor for me. I mean, I've picked up a lot of distance.
We get 24 dozen per month, and that's all we get.
Well, it may be able to help your game, too. Some experts say the solid core ball, though, only works for the pros and players with incredibly high swing speeds. But the consumers are still buying them. They cost $5 a piece.
Wow, I don't want to lose those.
No, you don't want to play in a lot of water with one of those balls if you're not very good.
Certainly not. No, not unless you have a wetsuit on anyway. Well, that'll do it for our 5 o'clock hour.
Hampers the swing, though, with a wetsuit. We urge that you stay with us. KDKA TV News at 6 is coming up next.
Watch the brains, then the brawn. Giant Eagle Hometown High Q with Ken Rice, Saturday mornings at 11. Followed by the Giant Eagle High School Sports Advantage at 11:30. Saturday mornings on KDKA TV.
Experience Dodge Intrepid with its smooth lines, smooth transmission, and even smoother ride. And suddenly, you're on a different wavelength. Now get a $2,000 cash allowance on Dodge Intrepid.
A great idea is now even better. Introducing the new Boston Market, where you'll find a whole new look and menu. For the first time ever, we have a new grill featuring sizzling chicken entrees and fresh salads tossed to order, our scrumptious new desserts, and of course, all the home-style favorites you love. And the new Boston Market introduces the most revolutionary dinner idea of all, slowing down and having a nice dinner with the family. Grilled chicken meals start at just $5.79. The new Boston Market. Slow down.
A classic is back. George Gershwin's Porgy and Bess, a masterpiece of passion and pride, now in its spectacular return to the theatrical stage. Don't miss Porgy and Bess.
Tickets on sale now. Call 412-392-4900.
If you see news happening, call 1-800-TV2-2222 or star TV2 from your cell phone. Now, the Hometown Advantage. KDKA TV News at 6.
Good evening. A major shakeup among the medical community in our hometown that is affecting Children's Hospital.
UPMC is battling with Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield to team up with Children's Hospital. Late this afternoon, we found out that UPMC won. Harold Hayes was there for the announcement. He joins us now with the latest. Harold.
Susan, the CEO of Children, says it's not complicated. UPMC offered a $500 million deal. Highmark offered a $100 million deal. And in the end, they're working to finalize a merger with UPMC.
That deal not only includes a new hospital, which will be in the neighborhood of $250 million or so, but an additional $250 million devoted to new research programs and new clinical programs and enhancement of some of the older clinical programs.
That's why Children's tentatively agreed to the UPMC offer. It comes after Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield offered $100 million so Children's could build a new hospital. But Highmark also raised concerns about whether UPMC, as its insurance competitor, would create an insurance monopoly.
Well, we're obviously concerned about what impact having one health system controlling Children's Hospital might have on healthcare costs. That's a real concern for the community.
It's part of a 2-year-old battle between UPMC and Highmark's insurance companies.
What if one day you were denied access to life-saving procedures only we can do?
Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. We're here for life.
But Children's says it will keep access the same for its patients regardless of insurance carrier.
We have provided that access will remain unchanged for all families and all children, regardless of who their insurer is.
Now tonight, Highmark says it's still concerned about how non-UPMC hospital referrals may be treated at Children's under this arrangement. Children's still says all access will remain the same. Still no timetable yet on when this deal will be finalized. It's still a tentative agreement, Susan.
All right, Harold, any news, though, on where the new hospital will be located?
They're looking at property right behind Montefiore Hospital on Terrace Street between Dara and Chesterfield. Again, no timetable on when groundbreaking would begin. That would happen whenever they finalize the deal.
All right, Harold Hayes reporting live in Oakland. Thanks, Harold.
The diplomatic efforts to try to get 24 Americans sent home from China continue this hour, but so far nothing has changed. Now some lawmakers are calling for the downgrading of China's trade status. Representative John Murtha has introduced legislation to repeal China's most favored nation status. Congressman Murtha says that China is not being a responsible member of the international community in its handling of the downed aircraft, and that the economy is the only thing that will move China to act. Now, in the meantime, China still wants an apology from the United States. But President Bush will only say that he regrets what happened and that China needs to act quickly. The Chinese Foreign Ministry, though, says the diplomats, U.S. diplomats, may not be allowed to see the 24 crew members again until the American government apologizes. Now, we asked Pittsburghers if they believe the United States should apologize. 75% of those polled said no, 16% said yes, and 10% said they were not sure. A case of road rage involving 2 men on the Liberty Bridge today. One man is hospitalized and the other may be facing criminal charges. Ralph Iannotti is live at Mercy Hospital to explain just what happened. Ralph?
Well, Stacy, it took police a few hours to sort everything out. They talked to both drivers. They interviewed at least 2 witnesses that we know of. And right now, this is what we know about this situation. A 61-year-old man from Arnold, Pennsylvania, is listed in serious condition here in the trauma unit at Mercy Hospital. His condition was upgraded to serious. He was brought here a few hours ago in critical condition with some serious head injuries. His name is Edward Nee. He was brought here from that incident on Mercy Hospital, or rather on the Liberty Bridge, I should say. He and another guy exchanged punches in a road rage incident on the bridge. We're told the victim suffered swelling and bleeding about the brain, but more tests are necessary tonight before doctors make a decision on whether surgery is necessary or not.
Apparently a pickup truck pulled up behind a dump truck. He gets out of the car, he was angry about something, got out of the car, threw a punch through the window at the driver. He lost his glasses. The driver got out of the car, returned the punch, and knocked the guy down. So at that point, the police officers looked at it as I punched you punched me back, and it was over with. But later on, the driver of the second vehicle, who was the aggressor in the case, ended up in the hospital in critical condition.
Again, Mr. Nee has been upgraded to serious condition at this hour. We're told he remains in the trauma unit in the intensive care unit. So the guy who threw the first punch is here tonight in the hospital. The driver who tried to defend himself, well, he has still not been identified by police, Stacy, and police, we're told, are still out there trying to pick him up. He faces assault charges. live outside Mercy Hospital in the city's uptown section. I'm Ralph Iannotti, KDKA TV News.
Ralph, when you say that the police have not identified him, does that mean they know who he is and are not saying, or they don't know who he is?
No, they absolutely know who he is.
Okay.
In fact, I'm told by officers that they interviewed him at the scene today, and they let him go because they didn't realize at that point that they were going to file charges. But after they talked to the person who was injured in this incident and discussed it with some witnesses, they decided they should bring charges here.
Ralph Iannotti reporting live. Thank you.
Well, the weight of the world is literally bearing down on 3 McKeesport families. The reason, a landslide behind their homes on Alberley Street. Now, rocks, dirt, even whole trees started tumbling down the hillside and into their homes yesterday afternoon. They were evacuated. They're still out of their homes tonight. Bob Allen spent the day talking with the families.
It's a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe.
Eric and Cindy Randolph's house took the brunt of the landslide. A rear addition is buried under dead trees and piles of dirt.
My son's first steps. Baby pictures, just everything. We could lose it all. We could lose it all.
And no one's telling us what they're going to do. We're just standing here waiting to lose our house.
When the hillside came crashing down, next-door neighbor Terry Deek was forced to leave her house quickly.
I'd say 5 minutes to evacuate. We ran in, got our dog, got some clothes, and we had to leave.
Neighbors blame the landslide on a McKeesport City dump a few hundred feet above their homes on Bowman Street.
They've been dumping up there for quite some time. The city's been dumping dirt and, old concrete from busted up roads and that, and it's been going on for quite a while.
But Mayor Wayne Kusich thinks Mother Nature's spring thaw caused the problem.
You had a rainfall, a nice downpour. The ground was froze. Then you had a beautiful day yesterday, and it just thawed. And as it thawed, the dirt started moving, and that's basically a cause.
It's natural causes, but it's been assisted by some unnatural causes, such as the dumping.
Homeowners who live along this street worry that this may only be the beginning of their problems with landslides. They're wondering what's going to happen after a good spring rain.
That's what I'm worried about now, because that's going to be a mudslide, and there's nothing going to hold that back.
Mayor Kusich says the city is definitely planning to clear away the debris, but first he wants to make sure that the area is secure and there will be no more landslides because he doesn't want to risk the safety of city workers during the cleanup. Susan, back to you.
Well, Bob, we're talking about 3 families now, but do any other homes in the area appear to be threatened?
It appears that only 3 families are affected by this landslide, but there have been other landslides before in that valley, and you can bet that people are worried about loose ground and downed trees crashing into their homes again.
Oh, most definitely. All right, Bob Allen, thanks. Well, 6 families from Swissvale are homeless tonight. This afternoon, a fire caused serious damage to an apartment building on Palmer Street. Now, no one was hurt, but 2 of the units were destroyed. Investigators believe a child playing with matches or a lighter caused that fire, but the fire has been ruled accidental. Well, attorneys for 2 junior firefighters charged with starting a deadly fire in North Braddock are asking that the trial be moved to juvenile court. The teens were ordered to stand trial as adults after a coroner's inquest last month. The boys face second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter charges in the death of 85-year-old Anna Lazabek, who died in that fire.
Well, last weekend's trial run for PNC Park has uncovered a blemish that the Pirates are trying to correct. It is a problem that affects virtually every area of the ballpark, and for safety reasons, it will not be easy to repair. John Shumway is live at PNC Park to explain. John?
Well, you know what? Kevin McClatchy has been saying for a while now that there's not a bad seat in PNC Park. In fact, it is a great venue to watch baseball no matter where you are. You feel like you're right in the game. But all you have to do is come up here and sit down, and you quickly realize there are some bad seats. It wasn't long after Saturday's opening exhibition game that the Pirates started hearing about it. Seats with great views of railings. Now, this wasn't unexpected. In fact, the architects at HOK Sports in Kansas City told me about it when I was there more than 2 years ago.
There's no way you can spin a bowl, generate a seating bowl, and have perfect seats for everyone in the house. There are going to be some compromise.
With their computers, the architects identified spots like this upper deck seat in left field, which sure enough is obstructed today. Or this bleacher seat in the left field area. Hey, now there's nothing you can do about a foul pole. This is baseball.
Sitting behind the right field foul pole is probably the worst seat in the entire ballpark.
And then there's the problem at the ends of the aisles where higher rails are required to prevent falls. The team, its contractor, and HOK architect Lee Hoover were checking out the problem spots today, considering options.
What we will do as part of the punch list is analyze the railings and determine by code, obviously, where you need railings. And maybe there might be some places in areas where there's excessive railings, and we might be able to cut back some of those railings.
So far, between 30 and 40 season ticket holders have asked and been moved to other seats. But that leaves the Pirates with unsold seats with what they like to call limited views.
Now, if you do end up with a limited view seat, all you really do have to do is bring it to the attention of the Pirates, and they will be happy to move you. Now, if you're in the club level, it may mean you're way down on the end instead of where you were originally, but they will move you, and they do try to keep everybody happy about this. The fans, there are 38,000 fans allowed in here in the seating, and actually, Stace, they think that the number of seats with limited views are really minimal compared to the total number of seats.
But for the person who bought that seat, John, were they warned in advance that they might have an obstructed view?
Well, part of the problem is these rails, and this one in particular is what we're talking about in the upper deck. These weren't actually installed until like the last minute, so they didn't realize what a bad situation this was going to be, and they're looking to try and redesign it. So they couldn't warn people at that point. Others, like behind the foul pole, yeah, those are marked as limited view tickets, and they are told in advance that's what you're getting.
Okay, do you get a discount on it?
No.
No. Still pay the same price.
Yeah, but you can lean, Stacy.
Well, that's true.
You know? Oh, yeah, there's the field.
That's very true. All right. We'll see you, John. Thank you.
Take care.
Funny how John looks right at home out there.
He does. It's his second home.
He's been there often
He's
enough.
got a little room in the clubhouse, showers, a whole bit.
He sure does. Well, coming up, Pennsylvania has the only national park dedicated to commemorating the French and Indian War. Now, Fort Necessity in Fayette County is about to become even bigger. We'll explain how.
And this lawnmower could certainly cut down on your workload. We will explain just how it works coming up.
And I hate to break the news to John Shumway, but he will be sent to Fort Necessity while they do the reconstruction there. And we're going to have a very warm summer-like weekend as we get ready for baseball's return on Monday. Details coming up with our AccuWeather 5-day forecast.
I'm Ken Rice. It's the playoffs this Saturday with teams from
Solar Area High School, University High School, Lincoln High School,
Giant Eagle Hometown High Q, Saturday morning at 11 on KDKA TV.
There's still time for you to win a trip to Los Angeles to be a part of the live audience for the season-ending Survivor Town Hall meeting. Register now at any area 7-Eleven.
This Friday and Saturday, Ames is having a huge two-day sale. Thousands of items are on sale. Get 50% off all totes and all Rubbermaid houseware products. 30% off all grills, patio, and indoor furniture. 25% off TVs, VCRs, boomboxes, and phones. 30% off all family apparel and shoes. Over 70% off fine jewelry. Northern 12-pack bath tissue for only $1.99. And Hershey bag Easter candy, 2 bags for only $3. But hurry, the sale is 2 days only, and it's only at Ames this Friday and Saturday. Ames, bargains by the bagful.
Welcome back to KDKA TV News.
Nearly 250 years ago, some of the most critical battles of the French and Indian War took place in what is now Fayette County.
That's right. The state and federal governments are spending millions to get that message out and boost local tourism all at the same time. Bureau Chief Andy Briggs reports from Fort Necessity.
Fort Necessity National Battlefield lies along historic Route 40, southeast of Uniontown. The fort may be tiny, but events here played a major role in shaping America's future. It was at Fort Necessity in 1754 where a young George Washington fought and lost to French and Indian forces during the first battle of the war.
If you really think about it, the first shot heard around the world was right here in Fayette County in a little glen over the hill. That's amazing, isn't it?
The National Park Service is building a $12 million visitor center with exhibits, interactive displays, and a movie theater to better tell the story to the 100,000 visitors who come here every year. The small visitor center that's here now is 30 years old, and the Park Service says it doesn't do justice to the historic events that took place here.
We preserve these historic and important places because they impart the larger stories and truths about who we are as individuals, as families, as communities, and as a nation.
Fort Necessity, along with Fort Pitt and Fort Ligonier, all fit into a larger plan to market this region as a tourist destination during the 250th anniversary of the French and Indian War, 3 years from now.
We're working on developing an
connecting overlay for the sites so that in visiting any one of them, you understand that it's part of a larger nationally significant story.
The whole concept is that history can be used as an economic development tool.
Construction is supposed to begin next spring. In Fayette County, Andy Briggs, KDKA TV News.
Lottery officials from Pennsylvania and Ohio have now met twice about setting up a bi-state lottery. No agreement has been reached yet. Now, a combined lottery would mean larger jackpots and increased revenue for the states, they believe. Ohio says it plans to use the money for education. Pennsylvania would use the money on services geared towards senior citizens.
Well, this is pretty much perfect spring weather, but just how long will it last?
You asking me? Because I don't know. But Larry Richard will have the answer and the complete AccuWeather forecast when we come back.
The Mel and Pittsburgh Broadway series presents Disney's Beauty and the Beast, now through April 22nd at the Benedum Center. Call the box office for tickets. The Pittsburgh Public Theater presents Tea, now through April 15th at the O'Reilly Theater. And the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra welcomes percussionist Evelyn Glennie for 2 shows only this Friday and Sunday at Heinz Hall. And that's today's Downtown on Stage.
The news you count on and trust. Mornings beginning at 5 a.m. The AccuWeather forecast. 16 times an hour. Traffic from AAA. And Susan Barnett and Bruce Pompiani. Delivering the news from the area's most trusted TV news organization. KDKA TV News this morning, beginning at 5 a.m.
Howard Hanna wants to save your time.
Visit over 50 homes in 30 minutes.
It's a timely idea.
50 homes in 30 minutes.
Only on the Howard Hanna Showcase of Homes.
Sunday at 11:30 on KDKA TV2.
Or visit 3,000 Homes at our website.
Previous Century 3 Chevy is for used vehicle. $99 down, $99 a month. Over 500 new Chevy cars, trucks, vans, even sport utilities. All $99 down, $99 a month. Hundreds of used vehicles. All $99 down, $99 a month. Every vehicle on our lot. $99 down, $99 a month for the first 6 months. Today through Saturday only at Century 3 Chevrolet.
Century 3 Chevrolet. Learning Church for Pittsburgh. Next from the mall.
What does the future have in store for Pittsburgh? Bob O'Connor believes we can do better. His plan as mayor, property tax reform that keeps taxes down for homeowners, low-interest loans for neighborhood businesses, not just those downtown, a guarantee that every low-income child has access to health care, and finally, a mayor who takes the lead on improving our schools.
I'm running for mayor for all of Pittsburgh because we can do better.
The Sunday Business Page, Sunday mornings on KDKA TV, is sponsored in part by Federated Investors, world-class investment manager.
The trucks are rolling in, and we're driving down prices during the huge Truckload Savings event, now at your Super Farmore. We went directly to America's greatest name brands and came back with one-time volume buys like these. Save big on Cottonelle bathroom tissue, 2 huge multi-roll packages for just $11. Or Kleenex facial tissue in a 250-count box, just $1.39. We bought a lot, so you save a lot. Don't miss the huge Truckload Savings event at your Super Farmore.
Well, Survivor 2 returns tonight, and the Amber Watch will continue.
For sure, hometown survivor Amber Burkich of Beaver County remains in the Australian outback. Now, she's one of 7 people left with a chance to win $1 million. Survivor returns tonight at 8 o'clock right here on KDKA. So the big question is, do you think you have what it takes to be a survivor? Well, now's your chance to try to win $1 million next Tuesday, April the 10th. All you have to do is stop by one of these Pontiac dealers in Monroeville, Robinson, Wexford, Greensburg, and Glenshaw. We're going to help you make your audition tape and send it off to the producers of Survivor 3.
It was a remarkably gorgeous day here in Pittsburgh today.
Absolutely beautiful. Let's hope Larry can keep it coming.
Well, I don't know if he can do it or not, but at least tell you whether it's going to happen. Larry?
All right.
I just want to set the record straight that I was rejected for Survivor, even though I have gone to Punxsutawney for Groundhog Day. Wasn't it Phil that said we'd have 6 more weeks of winter? And we certainly did. And now that we got a taste of the sunshine, you want more. You want warmer weather. Well, you're going to get it this weekend. Really an incredible warm-up. Here's our Skycam. Made a little time-lapse movie for you. This is 1 hour of weather today. Just those real high, thin clouds, but gradually clouds have been on the increase moving in from the west. And eventually, late night, Overnight into the early hours tomorrow, we'll see a few showers in the region. 60 degrees is the average for the early evening. It's obviously a little warmer than that at the moment, but after the sunset, we will see temperatures go slowly into the 50s to just 48. That's not a bad low and wake-up temperature. But again, there could be a few showers, especially north, and we'll show you why in just a moment, and early in the day. But then we warm up, 70 degrees by noon and in the low 70s by afternoon. It is still 66 degrees, 25% our relative humidity, wind southeast at 5 miles per hour. The barometer is falling, and our high today happens to be 66. 57 is the average high for the day, so we're doing pretty good. Downtown temperature is 66 as well. It's 68 in Latrobe, and look at Morgantown. They've hit 70. Congratulations. Here's all the cloud cover associated with really an area of low pressure and a warm front that's pushing our way. So we are going to see some clouds, but the actual showers themselves, Illinois and Indiana now just moving in to Indiana from the west. And they've got some thunder showers in there, but they should fizzle somewhat. You could hear the rumble of thunder, though, early in the day. Well, one of the first signs of spring in our nation's capital is the Cherry Blossom Festival. I was there several years ago, and it is really something to see. Beautiful. In 1912, the Japanese government sent us a bunch of cherry trees, I guess in honor of George Washington. Was it him that could not tell a lie? That would have probably been the last president that could say that. But it is pretty. In the next 24 hours, some low pressure will bring, again, chance of a few showers, and then underneath this system, very warm air is going to start moving north. Now, for the folks out in the midsection of the country, they've got a chance for some violent storms. We'll have the opportunity for a couple of thunderstorms, but it shouldn't be anything all that menacing. So increasing clouds tonight, a late shower won't ruin your evening, the low 48, 72, and some sunshine tomorrow, but there will be the chance for a shower or thunder shower early. Couple of showers, breezy conditions on Saturday. We climb to 74, and then it should be a stunningly beautiful Sunday, near 80 degrees with plenty of sunshine. 70 on Monday for the Pirates home opener. Chance for a couple of showers, and then a little cooler Tuesday. We go back to the mid-60s. So when it gets near 80, I want to meet the first person in your neighborhood that says, it's too hot.
It'll happen. You know it'll happen. You know, it seemed like spring would never get here. Now it's arrived, and it's beautiful.
All right, we've skipped right over spring, moving to summer.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks.
Well, we'll have a little look at the Steeler news, the Pirates score, and a look back in Penguin history when we come back with sports.
Spend Saturday with two remarkable women on CBS. First, Lydia has just won the lottery.
I have never had this much money at one time.
One small problem.
You really need to give me that ticket.
The season finale of That's Life. Then, Kate Brasher's got attitude.
I get a ticket you're paying in your dreams.
And she's got guts.
Why don't you fire me right now?
From the people who brought you Aaron Brockovich.
Someone has to stand up and do the right thing.
Comes a new kind of hero, an all-new Kate Brasher, after the season finale of That's Life, CBS Saturday.
We have a town I pass every day that did not have clean drinking water. The water from that open reservoir was going into their homes. I'm extremely happy that Walmart was able to step in and help with a clean water grant for a new water system.
Now they can open that faucet up and take a good glass of fresh water.
Giving this town fresh, clean drinking water. It was just the right thing to do.
That means a lot, believe me.
Making a difference in our hometown is AdTrans, providing innovative products and services for the transportation industry.
AdTrans installs transit equipment worldwide as well as here in Pittsburgh. This year we're beginning a $45 million project with the Port Authority of Allegheny County. By supplying propulsion equipment for 28 new and 55 renovated light rail vehicles, we're preserving over 100 jobs here in our West Mifflin facility. At AdTrans, we're proud of our global growth. We're especially proud of what we're doing in our hometown.
Where would you turn for answers to your personal health questions? Someone you can trust, someone you can count on. Ask the doctor. Head of Emergency Medicine at West Penn Hospital, Dr. Tom Campbell, brings you up-to-date medical information, from emergency treatment to prevention, to the latest in medical breakthroughs. Dr. Tom Campbell and West Penn Allegheny Health System. Ask the doctor. Mondays and Fridays on KDKA TV News at noon. Here's Todd Papiani with a hometown sports advantage.
Chris Mortensen of ESPN.com reports that Cordell Stewart might be unhappy with the Steelers. Cordell has not shown his face in Pittsburgh since the season ended, and he has still not met his new quarterback coach, Tommy Clemens. And when many of his teammates reported this week for conditioning workouts, Cordell has been a no-show. The Steelers say it's much ado about nothing. Finally, though, there is something to report about Levon Kirkland. He has a new team and a brand new contract. The Seattle Seahawks signed Kirkland to a multi-year deal after Kirkland refused to sign with the Steelers at a far lesser price. Kirkland will assume a leadership role on the Seahawk defense, which plays the 4-3 and not very well. Last year, Seattle was ranked 31st defensively, giving up over 400 yards per game. And the search for Kirkland's replacement continues with the Steelers. Free agent St. Louis Ram linebacker Mike Jones was visiting today. Or they may just want to make it John Fiala's job to lose, or they can take a linebacker in the draft. Miami's Dan Morgan is high on their list. Well, the Pirates put another pitcher on the disabled list today. Terry Mulholland has a sprained MCL, which he suffered in last night's 6-5 win over the Reds. That means 4/5 of the starting rotation is now out with injury. 39-year-old Billy Taylor was called up to take his place on the roster. Today at Synergy, the Pirates and the Reds, final game of the series. And the Pirates could not ride the momentum of last night's win. Jimmy Anderson pitched 7 innings today, 6 good innings, 1 bad inning, and that was the third. He gave up all 4 runs in that inning. Dimitri Young with a key hit, a bases-loaded double, and that was all they needed. The only Pirate run of the game came when Brian Giles did this, a solo home run, a line drive, but the Reds win the game 4-1. They take 2 out of 3 as the Pirates head to Houston. Pitt Panther football team unveiled plans for their home opener on September the 1st. They even have a new slogan. It's called New Game, New Home. And the big news, all Panther non-televised home games will now move to 1:30 kickoffs compared to 3:30 the previous 4 seasons. The 2001 homecoming game will be played October the 13th against Syracuse, and the 25th anniversary celebration of the 1976 National Championship team will be taking place on November the 3rd when Virginia Tech comes to Pittsburgh. Well, the Penguins completed their regular season home schedule with a 4-2 win last night over Tampa Bay. 2 more road games before the playoffs begin. And the big question we asked tonight, where were you 10 years ago? In case you don't remember, here's John Steigerwald with a hometown flashback.
You were probably thinking the Penguins were on their way to losing another playoff series. There they were, already down 1-0 at home and into overtime against the Devils.
Work to the right wing to Yager. McLean's all over him. Yager still brings it towards the net. Yager's in front. He's right there. He shoots and scores! Yager wins it in overtime for the Penguins.
That was 19-year-old, barely 19-year-old Jaromir Jagr. The Penguins went into the series as just another playoff team, not much different from this season. But when they scored this fluke goal to win Game 3 in New Jersey, the bandwagon was starting to take on some passengers. A couple of days after that, we all got our first taste of the kind of drama that a long playoff run can produce. Slava Fetisov almost poked out Paul Coffey's eye, and the Devils tied the series. And in the process, we all should have learned that a playoff-tested goalie can let in some cheapies, too. In Game 6, we found out that a guy with no playoff experience, like Frank Pietrangelo, can save a series. And we found out it was okay to start that same untested goalie in a Game 7 at home. And how about this? A guy named Herdina, wearing number 38, scored 2 goals in a 4-0 win, and the Penguins were on their way to a cup, and the bandwagon was getting more crowded by the day. Oh, yeah, remember those days, Bob? That was back when we were being criticized for covering Mario Lemieux and the Penguins a little too much. The criticism seemed to drop off quite a bit right after that, and I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about our coverage coming up for the playoffs this year. Do you?
No, not at all. People expect it. They're going to get it. Remember, here at KDKA, you got the best seat in the house during the Penguins playoff run. John and Paul will be covering the team live and all the road games from start to finish. So for the most comprehensive local TV coverage of the Pens in the playoffs, you better keep it right here to KDKA. Paul Alexander with some Robert Morse reaction to Danny Knees Higher coming up next.
All right, thank you, Bob.
Okay.
All right, well, more information is coming out about a scheme to defraud the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority.
Also, KD investigator Andy Sheen will have all the details coming up.
Now an arena plays host to hockey games, concerts, and shows that generate a lot of excitement. But who generates the electricity for these events? Allegheny Energy Supply. As we do with all businesses, we work one-on-one with Mellon Arena to maximize their electricity savings. So the next time you're here and there's electricity in the air, remember who's supplying it.
Allegheny Energy Supply is making a difference in our hometown.
If only your house could talk, what would it say?
A little house like me deserves a beautiful garden.
Even if you've never planted a seed before, come to Lowe's. Because we have certified nursery specialists who will help you choose the perfect plant from a selection you won't find anywhere else. And every plant we sell is guaranteed to last.
Just look at this garden. It's like I have a whole other room in the house.
Lowe's, improving home improvement.
It was the biggest blast in 30 years, and KDKA TV brought it to you like nobody else. Now, due to popular demand, you can own a copy of the KDKA TV video, Three Rivers, The Implosion. In it, you'll get the history of Three Rivers, the controversies, the designs, and the implosion itself. Every dramatic angle, every foot of videotape, including exclusive footage from the Goodyear blend. To order your copies, just call 1-888-889-6963. That's 1-888-889-6963. Call now. Three Rivers, The Implosion makes a great gift, especially for friends or relatives who live out of town. Call now. Operators are standing by to fulfill your orders. 1-888-889-6963. That's 1-888-889-6963. Order your copies today.
Live from Gateway Center, you're watching the Hometown Advantage. KDKA TV News. With Patrice King Brown, Stacy Smith, Larry Richard with your AccuWeather forecast, and Brenda Waters with guaranteed good news. Now, get the advantage.
And if you're just joining us, here's a look at our top stories tonight.
A case of road rage on the Liberty Bridge during afternoon rush hour. Police say the driver of a pickup truck and a dump truck driver got into a fight outside the tunnel. A 61-year-old man was knocked unconscious and is in serious condition tonight. The other driver now faces criminal charges. 3 families have been evacuated from their homes in McKeesport because of a landslide. The hillside behind the homes, on Arberley Street started sliding this afternoon, sending dirt and trees into the homes. No one has been injured. City inspectors plan to assess the damage tomorrow and decide how to stabilize the hillside. A tug of war tonight with Children's Hospital in the middle. This afternoon, Children's Hospital announced it is accepting an offer to team up with UPMC, which is now giving Children's a $500 million gift. Children's turned down a $100 million gift from Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, which claims the new merger could have a negative impact on health care costs.
Well, last fall, the KD investigators uncovered evidence of a scheme to defraud the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, today, the president of a local company pleaded guilty to charges in connection with that scheme. KD investigator Andy Sheehan was there when Sharon Antonucci admitted her guilt and continues to ask whether anyone at the city was involved.
Sharon Antonucci slipped out of federal court after pleading guilty to mail fraud charges. In court, she agreed that as president of LMD Incorporated, she defrauded the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority out of between $350,000 and $500,000 in connection with a sewer basin cleaning contract. But later, her attorney would not say whether she acted alone. Big question here in everybody's mind is whether there's anybody at the city that was involved in this scheme with her.
I have no comment on that issue.
Is she cooperating with the government?
No comment on that issue.
The government says LMD dumped sewer residue here at the city-owned landfill in Riverview Park for free and charged the city for dumping at a privately owned landfill. In contract documents obtained last year by the KD investigators, LMD quoted 2 prices for cleaning sewer basins. It was $44 per basin if LMD dumped the sludge for free at a city-provided disposal site, and it was $55 if LMD had to pay to dump at a contract-provided disposal site. In other words, a private landfill. We found that LMD dumped for free all last spring and summer, and today the government says LMD did, in fact, repeatedly charge the higher $55 price. What do you expect to talk about, John?
I'm not sure right now. Can't talk right now about it.
Last fall, a number of city officials were called before a grand jury, but Water and Sewer Director Greg Tutsock says he doesn't know whether anyone else is involved.
I can't comment. I really don't know at this point in time what the government's intentions are.
Well, do you have any concern that it goes deeper with the PWSA, that people in the city were complicitous in this scheme.
I can't comment on that because I have no knowledge of that.
Now, the city maintains that it is the victim in this scheme and that no one else was involved, and there is nothing in this plea agreement to indicate that Antonucci is cooperating with the government in any further investigation. Susan, she faces 2 years in prison and also making restitution to the Water and Sewer Authority, but all that will become clear when she is sentenced in July.
All right, Andy, thanks.
Well, should Washington County change its form of government? That is what a citizen group would like to know. Today, members asked the Washington County Commissioners to begin the process of creating a government study commission. They asked the commissioners for a decision in 2 weeks. If approved, voters would then be asked in November if such a study should be conducted. One commissioner isn't so sure that a change is needed.
You know, is the bigger government better? I don't think so, but you know, again, I don't know that I'm against getting the government studied. I want to just research it a little more and talk to some of these other counties.
We're very enthusiastic about this. We have a lot of citizen support, and our first step is really the study commission to study the government. And the study commission may come back and say, no, the present form is all right to lead us in the 21st century.
Now, Commissioners John Bevac and Diana Irie have yet to decide how they will vote in 2 weeks. However, Commissioner Bracken Burns says he supports the government study idea.
Well, as if this beautiful weather isn't enough, Brenda Waters is here with more good news. Brenda.
Well, a science teacher in Morgantown, West Virginia, has gotten the attention of the President of the United States. Now, that's good news. Each year, the White House recognizes teaching excellence in grades K through 12. More than 600 finalists are chosen from across the country. More than 200 made the cut for the 2000 Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. Philip Gussman, Jr., teacher at Morgantown High School, is one of them. Each awardee receives a $7,500 educational grant for their school and a trip to Washington, D.C. Congratulations, Mr. Gussman. In Washington County, a Denora woman was honored by the county commissioners as a champion of young children. Becky Tomziak is a foster parent who has adopted several children, including a boy with special needs. She was nominated by Child Care Information Services, an agency that helps working parents pay for daycare. This is the first year for that award. Congratulations. And if you don't want to decorate your own Easter eggs this year, Stacy, you can find some already done at the Easter egg hunt being held at Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens in Chinley Park. The hunt starts at 1 in the afternoon. For more information, call 412-622-6914. And if you know about good news going on, maybe something going on at your place of worship, at your child's school, something in the neighborhood, give us a call, 575-2296.
All right, Brenda, thanks so much.
All right, guys.
Well, coming right up, in case you haven't noticed, corporate layoffs are on the rise.
It was a big day on Wall Street. In fact, the second biggest day in the Dow's history. Here's the CBS Market Watch report.
KDKA put hometowner Amber Burkage in the Outback. Now it's your turn to find out if you've got what it takes to be a survivor. Your challenge? Just show up and audition at one of these Pontiac dealerships on Tuesday, April 10th between 11 a.m. and 9 p.m. While you're there, meet real-life survivor Jeff Barner. Don't miss your chance to outwit, outplay, and outlast and win yourself $1 million. Log on to KDKA.com for an application and details.
I'm Ken Rice. It's the playoffs this Saturday with teams from
Solar Area High School, University High School, Lincoln High School.
Giant Eagle Hometown High Q, Saturday morning at 11 on KDKA TV.
Nobody does it better.
Trust is earned, and for 41 years you have trusted Rusper Floors Carpet One.
Their trained in-store decorators will help find the look you want. Professional installers treat your home like it's their own. And with 5 locations, they have a showroom near you. Enjoy special savings on Mannington Vinyl. For beauty and dependability, choose Mannington Vinyl Floors. Family owned in your hometown. Rushmer Floors Carpet One. You stand on our good name every day.
These guys are killing us. 4 new clients in 1 week.
Just came out of nowhere.
You got a site up overnight?
They can't be doing it all on the net.
I wonder how they handle all those calls.
Wonder if they're accepting resumes.
Verizon puts together the world's most powerful technologies so you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. Verizon.
You're watching KDKA TV News, our area's most trusted and most watched news team.
Find all the season's best, shopping for this spring. Fashions and shoes, everything you can use. Imagine a possibility. This is the one place for clothes that work or play. Stores full of things you love. You'll find them here every day. Can you imagine?
Well, Wall Street got what it was waiting for today, and for once it had nothing to do with Alan Greenspan.
Nope, stocks soared today on some positive earning reports. Yes, I said positive earning reports, and a Pittsburgh company was a big part of it. Money editor Bill Flanagan says the story tops tonight's Business and Money report. Bill?
Well, Stacey, Alcoa is the only Pittsburgh company to be included in the 30 Dow Industrial Stocks, and it was the first of the Dow companies to report earnings for the first 3 months of the year. Alcoa profits beat the street's expectations and helped to propel the Dow Industrial Average to a 400-point gain. Closed at a little more than 9,900, second best point gain in Dow history, and Alcoa wasn't alone. Dell Computer says it will meet Wall Street expectations, proving the value of its web-based business model. Dell's announcement propelled the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite to an almost 9% gain. Well, analysts say it will take a series of such positive announcements to truly turn the stock market around. Meantime, the number of corporate layoffs is on the rise. Challenger, an outplacement firm, says employers planned almost 163,000 layoffs last month. March was the worst month for layoffs in at least 8 years. It's the 4th consecutive month that layoffs totaled 100,000 or more. Tomorrow, the U.S. Labor Department is to release its monthly report on the jobless rate. Well, finally, robots may not always put people out of work, but they sure can change the nature and the drudgery of it. Take this latest innovation out of CMU, an autonomous riding lawnmower with no need to ride it. Cuts the grass all by itself. It's the creation of Parag Batavia out of the National Robotics Engineering Consortium, a CMU-NASA joint venture in Lawrenceville.
The lawnmower you're seeing, it has a path that we've taught it, so it follows that path. That path keeps it going in a straight line. It's got cameras on board that tell it when something comes in its way. So it doesn't hit trees, it doesn't hit people, things like that.
Well, unfortunately, the robotic mower won't be of much help to local lawn owners this summer. The technology is still under development, but CMU's Robotics Institute is a world leader in this sort of thing, Stacey.
Taking a look at the computer here, Bill, the S&P futures, which can be an indicator of what's going to happen tomorrow on Wall Street, they're already up 5.5 points. Why such enthusiasm?
Well, a lot of anticipation about that big jobs number coming out tomorrow, the fact that joblessness might actually be up, which may make it more likely that the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates. That's good for the stock market.
All right. Thanks, Bill.
Well, more talk about layoffs now. Minnesota-based Super Value is cutting 4,500 jobs. The wholesale and retail grocery supplier is also closing several distribution facilities to revive its stock price and earnings. Now, the company says the new Stanton and Bell Vernon sites will not be closing, at least not now. But Super Value does warn there could be local job cuts. The company employs about 1,500 union workers in Westmoreland County. Now, let's find out what's coming up on the CBS Evening News.
Tonight here on KDKA, the diplomatic standoff between the U.S. and China has reached a critical point. We'll have the latest in-depth coverage on the CBS Evening News at 7 here on KDKA.
We are talking about 80-degree weather.
Oh, it's going to be nice, but you'll need to keep your umbrella handy this week. Larry's up next.
I love this place. It's
Great food, great people. You don't get more Pittsburgh than Vento's Pizza.
But when Home Depot was moving in, the mayor wanted to tear me down. He wanted to move me to back street.
I wasn't going to let that happen. I brought everybody together. We worked it out. We built a brand new Vento's right next door to Home Depot. The city needs neighborhood businesses, grocery stores, pharmacies. They're all important.
Bob O'Connor, a mayor who will fight for our neighborhoods, too, because this is home.
I love this place. Look at this place.
April is National Floor Covering Month. Look down for a change and save on carpet, vinyl, wood, laminates, ceramic, and oriental rugs. Now at Roth Carpet. The lowest prices anywhere on new Anso Crush Resistor 3, now just $2.15 a foot installed. Half-inch red oak, just $1.99 a foot. The lowest prices anywhere on new Snap Together wood laminate, only $1.99 a foot. Glue Together, only 99 cents a foot. Buy now and pay nothing till next year, only at Roth.
Hell of a Good, a name that speaks for itself.
A kind of a naughty name. The name is right here. Awesome cheese. My mommy and I love this cheese. It's fresh and delicious. I can't say that, but my mom could say it.
It's hell of a good.
Hell of a Good. You'll love it, we swear.
I perform exploratory surgery. When there's been a car accident, every second counts. Clear! I'm Mitch Intinarelli, auto claims expert for Liberty Mutual Insurance. Our claims process begins before the accident at our collision training school. Severity of the damage. It teaches our experts to diagnose what's wrong, to help get you back on the road fast. Clamp.
Liberty Mutual. It's more than insurance. It's insurance in action.
If I can save just one car.
Here's a hometown hello.
Hi, we're students from Shadeside Academy Junior School, and we'd like to wish you a hometown hello.
Outstanding work and a hometown hello right back at you. Well, it's spring, but it's going to feel like summer. We're kind of skipping over one to the other. Sound like a Dr. Seuss book. Let's take a look at our AccuWeather forecast, starting with a look at this evening. We're going to have the clouds. They've started to filter in, and it's not going to rain this evening. So if you had plans to step out, get around, maybe take a walk, you're in good shape. Temperature averaging around 60 degrees. And we get to sunset. Gradually, we'll go through the 50s, and we'll stop near 50 degrees for a low. That's pretty comfortable for the wake-up. But what is coming our way are a few showers. But with the showers and behind that activity, a big warm-up. 70 degrees by the lunch hour tomorrow, and then into the low 70s by afternoon. It's going to be a great day. Now, if we look out to the west, here are the current watches and warnings in place. There are severe thunderstorm watches and warnings to the west over in the Illinois area and back further. Also wind advisories. That's part of the same system that is headed our way. Right here, you can see kind of the blossoming of some of that activity. A lot of clouds associated with this system. But if we look under the cloud cover and at the radar, you can see here are the thunderstorms. But we're on the southern end of this system, so most of the showers will pass to the north. And if they continue to push west, right there is some thunderstorms, and they'll start to fizzle somewhat overnight. But by the morning, you could hear the rumble of thunder too, and then it should gradually get progressively nicer in the afternoon, and we will see some sunshine. Here is our three-dimensional fly-through of radar and satellite together. We're still, for the most part, in the clear, except for those high clouds. But the showers are over there now moving into Indiana. But behind that, a big warm-up for the weekend. Wait till you see the 5-day forecast from AccuWeather if you haven't checked it out so far. Those temperatures are going to go way up to near a record high on Sunday. So overnight near 50 degrees for a low. We move through the day tomorrow. We get into the 70s and then very close to the 80s by Sunday afternoon. So to recap tonight's AccuWeather forecast, it is my pleasure to bring you the good news. Just a few showers early in the day, the low 48. Mix of clouds and sunshine with few showers early, maybe even a thunder shower, but the high 72 degrees, 74 on Saturday, and we can't rule out a shower or a thunder shower, but it won't be an all-day kind of rain. We're trying to get some Little League Baseball practice in. Well, you'll be able to do that, at least in part, and especially if you're planning something outside on Palm Sunday. High near 80 degrees, Lots of sunshine. Should be a gorgeous day. And for the Pirates home opener, mild, near 70. A couple of showers in the area, and then a touch cooler on Tuesday. You look at 66 now, and all of a sudden, that looks chilly. When a week ago, you'd have been clamoring for 66.
That's right. Well, we'll take what we can get. It looks pretty good overall.
There you have it.
All right. Thanks, Larry.
Yesterday, Bob told you Duquesne had a new coach, but we also said that means an opening somewhere else.
For the third time in 3 years with Robert Morris. Yeah, everyone at Duquesne was pretty happy with the announcement that Danny Nee was the new basketball coach up there on the bluff. But what about Robert Morris and their people? What do they think about Nee jumping ship? Well, Paul Alexander went to their Moon Township campus today.
Very surprised, real disappointed in the thing, but it's all a business, you know. I'm coming to grips to that right now. It kind of hurts a little bit, but, you know, he's doing what he feels right, you know, and, you know, there ain't not much I can say about it, so, you know, why get bitter about it?
It's the players that get lost in the shuffle when coaches' offices come equipped with revolving doors. For Robert Morris now, the next coach will be the third one in 3 years.
Frustrated is probably my best description. Frustrated that it was 1 year and out.
It was about this time last year when Danny Nee was talking about taking the Colonials to the next level. Instead, he decided to do that without them.
Sometimes it's just the way the ball bounces. Now, it was an inherent risk when Robert Morris hired Danny Nee. He was a big-time coach coming to a small program. But the one thing they knew, he wasn't going to leave Pittsburgh.
There was nobody from out of this area that was going to swoop in and take him, and so that made it a little bit less risky. And then we just had to hope for both Duquesne and Pitt to have good years, not terribly good years, but good years, and that didn't happen.
Now the search begins for Robert Morris. The good news is they're very familiar with the process. Paul Alexander, KDKA TV Sports.
Perhaps a little too familiar with that process, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Paul tells us Sean Miller may be on their list, as well as the guy
really?
who was the assistant with Danny Nee over there, Mr. Roth, so we'll have to wait and see, but they'll figure out somebody at some time.
Before next season, they will have a coach.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because that's a program that has some success in the NCAA, yes. And within their conference, they're a pretty decent team.
I remember years ago seeing the Colonials in the first
Jared
round.
Durham, yeah, I'm there, absolutely.
Right. Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
Being a new bride should be a wonderful experience.
But that's not what many brides experienced after World War II. Dave Crawley will explain that coming up in KD Country.
Making a difference in our hometown is AdTrans, providing innovative products and services for the transportation industry.
AdTrans installs transit equipment worldwide as well as here in Pittsburgh. This year, we're beginning a $45 million project with the Port Authority of Allegheny County. By supplying propulsion equipment for 28 new and 55 renovated light rail vehicles, we're preserving over 100 jobs here in our West Mifflin facility. At AdTrans, we're proud of our global growth. We're especially proud of what we're doing in our hometown.
Only Shop and Save can give you a sale this big. You'll be living large during our huge stock-up sale. Save on Flavor Right boneless chicken breast fillets. 4 3-pound bags, just $20. Sugardale semi-boneless whole ham, only $1.29 a pound. Fresh like pick-of-the-pack canned vegetable 12-pack, just $1.99 with rebate on package. And Pepsi-Cola cubes in selected varieties, $4.99. It's the huge stock-up sale this week at Shop and Save.
CBS Tonight. 7 castaways left. 5 episodes to go. Bodies have reached the breaking point.
Not having food is killer.
But one challenge can take them to the finish line. If they accept an offer they can't refuse.
We've got 13 days left. And I don't think you're going to make it.
All new Survivor. Then, why is CSI the hottest new drama on television?
I'm going to get you for murder. Cool?
Find out. CBS Tonight after Survivor.
You're watching KDKA TV News, our area's most trusted and most watched news team. Chevy Truck presents the George Strait Country Music Festival. Sunday, May 20th at the Post-Gazette Pavilion, starring George Strait, Alan Jackson, Lone Star, Leanne Womack, Paisley, Sarah Evans, and Asleep at the Wheel. Reserve seats on sale this Saturday morning at 10. Chevy Truck presents the George Strait Country Music Festival.
I love horsepower.
I like the power a lot.
Oh, yeah.
We feel it in the handle.
This is my baby. This is my house.
Sarah, how you doing today?
would you mind holding this?
That's the gas.
Oh, yeah.
My arsenal.
John Deere. Toro. Black & Decker.
Scots.
And Eddie.
That's why I go to the Home Depot.
First, the Home Depot. First in home improvement.
What's on tonight is brought to you by King's Family Restaurants. King's invites you and your family to just stop in any one of their 35 convenient locations. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, King's has something special for everyone.
Well, after World War II, many American servicemen stationed in Japan married Japanese women.
And difficulties faced by these war brides, shunned by many in both countries, are dramatically illustrated in a play now being performed at the Pittsburgh Public Theater. But Dave Crawley visits a war bride in Washington who has no regrets about a decision that she made more than 50 years ago.
How many were there? At least 50 Japanese women.
Green tea and bittersweet memories take center stage at the O'Reilly in a story of Japanese women who married American soldiers, the war brides. It's a long way from Tokyo to the town and country market here in Washington, PA, where a real-life war bride has worked the deli counter for 30 years.
Would you like some more peppers and onions?
Naue White, known to friends as Eileen, began working at the market when her 5 children were in high school, and she hasn't slowed down since.
This is Japanese passport, issued in 1951.
With her son Bob and his wife Carol and her friend Harumi, also an Army bride, Eileen opens the scrapbook of her past.
This is when I was working for Major's family.
She was courted by Army Sergeant William White, but when her father gave permission to marry, neighbors turned a cold shoulder.
Oh, it was rough. Bad names for girls runs around with soldiers. So I was one, they think I was one of them too, but I just didn't care.
Response was better when they moved to Cannonsburg in 1952, though her son remembers difficult moments.
At first it'd be, you don't want to play with him, he's a foreigner and all this stuff.
Carol's father was resistant at first.
You will not bring a job into my home. After my dad got to know Bob, he treated him like he was his own son.
Bob and his mother planned to visit the land where he was born.
Their house is sitting there. So I'm going to go knock the door and see who lives there right now. Hey, I used to live here. Let me in.
With memories of a war bride, I'm Dave Crawley.
No regrets.
Nope.
Well, that's the news for now. CBS Evening News is next.
Our next report tonight at 11 o'clock. See you then. Have a good evening.
If you see news happening, call 1-800-TV2-2222 or Star TV2 from your cell phone. When their so-called news ends after 11 or 12 minutes, switch to complete coverage of the day's news and the full 5-day AccuWeather forecast.
Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center, they're great. They came over, saw what we had, talked with us about what we wanted, did the measurements. I was expecting a blueprint, but they gave us these full-color pictures. We knew exactly what it would look like. Then they sat down with us and helped us select cabinets, countertops, flooring, fixtures, lighting. They're experts, and so are the installers, very professional. Petite did a great job with our bathroom, too. People see it and say, wow, who designed this? Petite Kitchen and Bath.
Making a difference in our hometown is Howard Hanna.
Howard Hanna is more than just real estate services. We're part of your community, helping to keep neighborhoods healthy, boosting our local economy, building new communities, finding the right place for people to call home. And we're proud to showcase the benefits of our area to clients who are relocating here. Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. We live here, we work here. We're proud to be making a difference in our hometown.
These doctors will remove a brain tumor with a knife that doesn't cut. A blade of energy so exact it conforms radiation to the tumor's precise shape and location, leaving surrounding tissue virtually unharmed. No scars, no anesthetic, no pain. Its heart is a computer which can plot thousands of beam paths. Leading the way for this technology are West Penn Allegheny radiation oncologists like Judith Figueroa, who helped pioneer its use. and David Parda, who's driving its evolution with a second-generation device that preserves organ function for cancer of the brain, neck, breast, lung, prostate, and colon. Advances like these, which help more people with fewer side effects, are more reasons why it's good to have a choice in health care. West Bend Allegheny Health System, the provider of choice.
Why is Kenny Ross the best place to buy a used car?
Because Kenny's used cars are cream puffs. They're golden guaranteed. A car you buy with confidence.
The confidence that comes with over 50 years' experience. Every guaranteed used vehicle we sell receives a 130-point safety inspection and is backed by our exclusive 7-day exchange policy. Kenny Ross, with 5 locations in Irwin, Somerset, Cranberry, and Castle Shannon. Deals as sweet as Aunt Petty's elderberry jelly.
Ken Rice and Patrice King Brown. Weeknights on KDKA TV News at 11.
The Pennsylvania Lottery.
Good evening. It's time for the live lottery drawings for Thursday, April 5th, 2001. First, the daily number. Draw the first digit, please. 3. The second digit. 0. And the third digit. 5. Tonight's witness is Eleanor Quigley. And now, big 4. Draw the first digit, please. 7. The second digit. 2. The third digit. 4. And the fourth digit. 4. Lottery drawings are audited by Wooten Reed & Associates, certified public accountants. And now, cash 5. Select 5 numbers from 1 to 39, please. 19. 4, 24, 7, and 12. Win a 4-day, 3-night trip for 2 to Universal Orlando Resort and stay at the brand new Hard Rock Hotel. Now through Saturday, April 7th, 2001, for every $5 block of Cash 5 tickets purchased for the next available Cash 5 drawing, you'll receive an entry coupon valid for the following Saturday's Universal Promotion drawing. Visit your lottery retailer for details. Here again are tonight's winning numbers from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.